Hello, good afternoon. La la la. Still August 7th, Wednesday, and I am still Rob, that developer dad, and we are building an application that will eventually help me when I'm running my D&D sessions and my players say, "So what's this guy look like? What's their name? What do they all the details that I'm really crappy at coming up with on the fly?" And I'm a software developer. So why not develop a software that will help me answer those questions much more efficiently? Now, let's review what we did this morning. We took all of our NPC options and we hid them behind a little collapse panel. And we can pick a shopkeeper, and we don't know anything else about them other than that they're a shopkeeper and that they are not retired. So we have an elf with a light brown complexion and long black hair. They're a shopkeeper, but they started off as a sage, like a studier, a smart guy. And then, of course, we would generate the AI description, which currently it is calling the language model, but it's not doing anything with the output because I didn't want to keep cluttering things up. So I think what I want to do is, well, the first tweak I want to make is when we hit the generate button and this is shown, I want to hide it. Yeah, I think that's what I want to do. So let's close Edge. And this is our NPC generator component. And that's actually not the one I want to be working in because that's the old big ugly one. So let's see here. Select NPC options.razor.cs. And we've got the generate NPC clicked. And I think when this comes back from its handler, I want to first off, private void set option panel mantle visibility bool should show. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it and I'm going to paste it. And I'm going to change new state to that. And set option panel visibility to new state. And I want to, up here, or down here, I mean, after the event handler has completed, set option panel visibility false. I want to hide those options after we've generated. And I can also, up here on initialize, get rid of these two lines of code and say set option panel visibility to false. Save. And let's see what that gives us. All right, good. Let's show this, and what does the barkeep look like? All right, I dig it. I quite like the way that works. And let's make sure they're not retired. Okay, now they're a half orc, 22. That's young. And good. Good, good, good. Now I do want to move this text. Maybe even eliminate it. Yeah. Let's deep six that. We don't need it. That can go bye-bye. Because it's taking up a lot of screen real estate. And it really doesn't need to. Save. All right, one more run, and then we're going to dig into what happens when the AI comes back. Come in here. Let's show it. Let's say they were a street urchin, farmer. Now they're a hunter. Okay. Cool. All right. Good deal. Now, when we are done with the AI description requested, I actually want to take that view and transition to something else. And that means, well, I guess the first thing is we need to create a new component that we will show when we want to display the AI feedback or the AI output and all of that good stuff. So right now we've got a view NPC attributes, and I'm going to add a new razor component. And I'm going to call it view NPC Details. So let's add that right off the bat. We'll get rid of this code block. We're going to be adding a couple more things here as we go. So view NPC details dot razor. Okay. And we're going to need to add a code behind class for this. View NPC details dot razor dot cs. Add it. We got to make this partial. And we're going to save. Now, yesterday, I kicked off by adding all kinds of stuff and things and functionality and all of that foolishness to my, excuse me, to my component. And then nothing worked and it didn't render. And I had to tear it all down and start over from scratch. So today, we're going to baby step it. View NPC details. That's all we're going to do. I want to make sure that shows up. And let's run it. New. Okay, and there's our view NPC details. Good deal. Now, a couple little things that we need to think about here. Is we don't always want to see this showing. And when this is showing, I don't think we want to see any of this stuff. But we need a way to go back. We'll think about those transitions in a minute. All right. But when the AI comes back, I want to replace all of this stuff with these NPC details. So how do we do that? Well, our page is going to take on a certain number of states. And so let's come into page models. And I'm going to add a new item. And we're going to come out to general all the way out to C#. And let's see if there's an enum. Nope. I'll just do this as a class. And NPC create NPC page state. PageStates. Add. This is not going to be a class, it's going to be an enumeration. And we're going to have preview, details, and that's it for now. This page state means we're still setting up the attributes of the NPC, and we have not yet generated or added any details. This page state is used when we've accepted the random or chosen attributes, and we're showing the generated or user supplied details. Save. Now we need to come over to the page model and let's add public create NPC page state. And I'm just going to call this page state. Get set. Save. We need to set this when we start, when we instantiate our page mode or our page model. Page state equals that dot preview. Okay. And when we come back from the on AI description request, you get AI description NPC model. And is that the name of the handler? Let's take a look at CreateNPC. Yep. Okay, let's go to the definition on this. Go to implementation. Nope. Okay, you're going to be silly. On AI description requested. Here we are. We want to set the page state equals PageState dot details. Save. Now, how are we going to translate that into a show or hide type thing? Well, first let's wrap this in a div. La la la. Paste that. And let's bump this in by 1. And class equals at thinking this dot show for page state and create NPC page states dot details. Now that whole thing is very, very angry right now. So I got to come into the page model. And where's my page state stuff? I'm going to put this up in the public methods. Public string what did I call it? Copy that, paste it over here. Required state. Now, I had done some CSS stuff inside the partials here. And I don't want to repeat this throughout the thing. So let's do a new window and dotNet 8 Blazor, allow CSS for a component to apply to all subcomponents. Let's take a look at the CSS Blazor, or the Blazor CSS isolation. Now, scopes to Razor components, which can simplify CSS and avoid collisions with other components or libraries. CSS styles to individual pages, views, and components to reduce or avoid, blah, blah, blah. To define component-specific styles, create a Razor CSS file matching the name of the Razor. Good, we got that. And it's a scoped CSS file. So the component, okay, good, yeah. We've done all this. Styles defined in example Razor CSS are only applied to the rendered output of the example component. Any defined elsewhere in the app don't conflict. So, for laughs, just for laughs, we're going to do an experiment. I'm going to grab this, I'm going to copy it, and then I'm going to comment that out. I'm going to come out here to the pages, and I'm going to add a new item, and it's going to be a style sheet. And it's going to be called CreateNPC .razor.css. Let's paste those two styles out here. Now, we can test this easily enough to see if it cascades out to our child components. Because remember, we just commented them out on the inner thing, and I blew something up. Not all code paths return a value. Ha! Okay, fine, I know. I've added all kinds of silly things. If required state equals page state, okay, now that's no good. Dot as string, if true, shown, if false, hidden. Oh, Rob. So we're going to use that extension method we created earlier today. Now, not all code paths return. That's BS. That's nonsense. Unclosed div, you're full of it. Let's rebuild the solution. It's being petulant. I feel like that's incorrect, because we do something very, very similar to that. Out here at show options panel dot as string shown hidden. That's what we want. So I'm going to close Create Razor. And let's try running it, because I've noticed sometimes when I'm working with ASP.NET and I've got a Razor page open, it'll just steadfastly refuse. Okay, so our CSS stuff doesn't cascade. Fair enough. Or at least it doesn't yet. Okay, blah, blah, blah. The build time of project bundle is created with a convention. Yeah. Okay, child component support. Only applies to the component you associate with the format that. Okay, now use the deep pseudo element. Any descendant elements in the parent component's Razor CSS. So let me see what that looks like. Parent, child. So I got to go : deep. So here's this. And let's add the pseudo selector. And we'll save everything. We'll run it again. Come in here. Still doesn't seem to be working. Can I inspect the element? I can. And the correct thing has been applied. We can see row hidden. That's good. That's as we want. Laser error UI. This div is hidden. Also good. But for some reason, our stuff is not showing as we expect it to. Or rather, those styles aren't getting applied. No body, root, box sizing, yeah. All right, let's send the dev tools away. I mean, that's toggling correctly. But for some reason, we're not getting the behavior we want. Now applies to the parent and child components without the need to create a separate scope. Only works with descendant elements. Excuse me. Parent component scope identifier is applied to the div elements. The browser knows to inherit styles from the parent component. Removes the descendant relationship. Deep affects where the scope attribute is applied to the rule. Okay, yeah. Create scope CSS styles that affect elements rendered by other components when you can determine the structure of the rendered HTML tags. After the div or any other element. Oh. Okay. Isolation configuration. Custom scope identifier. This component contains common styles across components. There's all that stuff. Change base path for static web assets. Disable isolation. Yeah, I don't love that. I don't love that at all. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to zap that. And I'm going to zap this. And I'm going to save it. And we're going to promote these all the way out. So here's www.root, bootstrap min app CSS. Let's come in here. And we define all kinds of stuff. And let's grab this guy. And I'm going to copy that. And I'm going to paste it. And then I'm going to delete this file. Where are you? Where's delete? Let's just hit my delete key. Nope. Actually, let's exclude that from the project. Open the folder in File Explorer, Components, Pages, NPC Generator, Create NPC Razor. Goodbye. Did I just do something awful? Nope, good. We're going to delete that right there on the file system. Save it all. Oh, of course I couldn't delete the file because the app was running. Sometimes I am one of the silliest of geese. So that's working again. Good. Now let's come into our page model. I'm going to put a breakpoint right here because I want to skip over this. Let's come in here, click Generate AI Description, and we're going to pretend that happened. All right, so that didn't update. So we got to do a little bit more thanking. We're going to leave that commented out for the time being. To wake the AI stuff back up, uncomment this. So in PageState equals CreateNPC PageState.Details. And then I believe we probably need to set state changed. I did it somewhere else. Public string show for PageState. Dictionary, generate NPC. Is it down here? Nope. I think I put it in the click event handler. State has changed. Bonk. I think I just have to return. Oh, wait. Dot completed. There we go. There. Return. Save it. Run it. Let's see what we get. Come in here. We don't have a thing. Continue. View NPC details. Great. Good, good, good. So that means we can come out here, back to our CreateNPC. We can close the View NPC Details razor and the select options and all those things. And here's the extension method that I created earlier today that allows me to turn a Boolean into shown or hidden. So there's select NPC options, don't need that. Save. And let's come out to CreateNPC.razor. And we're going to wrap this in a div. Cut that guy. Paste that down here. And our class, we're going to add the same kind of class thing up here, but instead of details, it's going to be preview. Save. And let's see what happens. Because when we start up, our page state is going to be in preview mode. And we're good. Show this. Pick a glass blower. Generate them. Let's get the AI description and let's get rid of this breakpoint because that's hiding our stuff. And there we go. Good deal. Now we need a way back. So let's come out to CreateNPC.razor and div class now let's just make it a row. And we're going to go button class equals btn primary at onClick equals start over start over. And we got to come into our page model. And I don't want to do start over. I want to do on start over click. Clicked. And we need a public sub, public void on start over clicked. While I'm here, rename clicked. Because event handlers should always use a past tense verb. in their name and should always start with the word on. And we are going to say PageState equals, get out of here, create NPC PageStates, preview. Current NPC equals generate NPC. We might as well just, no. State has changed. Boop. Save. Let's run it. Let's see what we get. Show. Let's generate a shoemaker. They are not retired. Okay. Cobbler, grew up as a street urchin. Pretend to generate the AI description. Let's start over. And we still have that. Okay. Okay. Start over. I feel like start over should just fully reset everything. And I think we're gonna. So on start over clicked, I want to, we're gonna have to reset the selected stuff. Current NPC, selected NPC options, user options. Reroll clicked, user options, is new NPC user options, current NPC equals generate NPC. Save. Let's go. Just pick stuff at random here. Generate. Half orc retired weaver. Start over. Fully re-random. Good. Let's go with the barkeep. All right. Generate AI description. Start over. Okay. Good. Good, good, good. So now we want to start populating our stuff. So here's select NPC options. We're good there. We can actually delete that file. Goodbye. And let's come into view NPC Details, .razor. All right. And we can actually reuse a lot of the work we did out here in NPC Generator. And so I'm going to grab an awful lot of this stuff. I want to look at NPC and see what it is, though. Okay, good. We're using the same model. Perfect. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to grab all of this stuff. And I'm going to copy it. And I'm going to paste it over here. And then I'm going to look at View NPC Attributes. And we need a current NPC model. So we're going to need that. We come out to CreateNPC, and we're going to say use metric equals false. We're going to turn that into a user preference eventually. Equals this dot current NPC. Save that. And we got to come out to not attributes, but this. And I want to grab all of these. Copy. Paste them in here. Just to make this happy, we're going to go current NPC equals current NPC unless it's null, new NPC client model. Save. Save all that. NPC generator.razor we can make go away. View NPC attributes we can make go away. And public string NPC name current NPC dot NPC name. Let's clean this up. Boop. We can get rid of this stuff. Get rid of age. Get rid of all of these plumbing references. Gen appearance does not exist, so let's create it. And I'm going to change gen appearance, public string, detailed appearance, current NPC dot gen appearance. Save. Detailed appearance. Good. Copy. Paste. Otherwise, we're just going to use the rolled appearance. And we're going to need to set up the personality description. And we're going to do that the exact same way as we did before for appearance. Public string personality description current NPC.personality description. Good. Save. And we're much better off out here. And change gen profession to detailed profession. Copy. Paste. Add the property. Nope. Let's just go public string. Detailed profession comes from current NPC dot gen prof. While we're at it, public, because we know we're going to need it in a second. Detailed history comes from current NPC.gen history. Save it. Pop over here. Okay. Change that to just profession. Change this to detailed history. This becomes detailed history. And this just becomes history. Save. All right. View NPC details. Good, good. Create NPC.razor. All right. And come over to the page model, save it all. Let's wake this guy back up. Get rid of my to-do because I don't need it. And let's see about what it's going to take I'm going to grab this weight wrapper, put that into my page model. Now, I'm not in love with the weight wrapper chewing up everything the way it is, but we can move it if we need to. Or we can try to move it in a minute. What I want to do is take a look at how I'm using it. Find all references. Because I do want to bring that back. Weight wrapper, weight wrapper. Oh, you doofus. I'll find those references. Here we go. On AI button click. Await weight wrapper dot await task get AI description. So that's how it's being used here. but I'm using it slightly different, or I'm going to be, my calling semantics are slightly different over here in my page model. Get AI description, go to definition, okay, so if I go control minus, I need to go current NPC equals await get AI description. What I want to do, wait wrapper dot await task and I have to await this, and that might return null because wait wrapper may be null. If wait wrapper is not equal to null, we'll do it this way. Otherwise, we'll do it this way. Current NPC equals await get AI description NPC model. Okay. Save. We know wait wrapper isn't null there. Let's save it, see what we get. NPC new. Something exploded. What's the error? I wonder if it'll show me the error. Outbook from debug. Here we go. Cannot access a disposed object. Cannot access a disposed object. Stop. Run. Okay, so the wait wrapper is throwing up all over the darn place. And also, wait wrapper dot is disposed. I guess wait wrapper isn't going to let me see if it's disposed or not. So I better see what's going on there. Let's just step in. I want to check on the status of wait wrapper. Oh yeah, something's very, very, very unhappy. Can I rip out the cascading parameter? I'm feeling a little silly here. We can back this out if we have to. But wait wrapper Add the using. Cut. Paste. Bump. Save that. Now we might start getting that weird error message that we were getting the other day when I tried to add this. All right, this weight wrapper stuff ain't gonna work for me. So where's my page model? Let's just get rid of that. Come down here, get rid of all of this nonsense. It was a nice thought. I'm gonna have to find another way to do that. I wasn't really in love with the way it was working anyway, so let's see here. I think what I want to do is rearrange this a little bit so that we're going to flip our state first. And we're going to say state has changed. And then we're going to call the AI thing, which is going to rebind to current NPC and call status changed a second time. And I don't think we need this return statement anymore because we've got our await. So let's try this now. What has been disposed? Oh yeah, that throws up all over the place. Output. What is it trying to... Wow, that's a whole big stack of stuff. View NPC Details does not have a property matching the name use metric. Okay, duh. Public bool use metric get set and make it a param. And I bet that was my problem with all of the weight wrapper nonsense and all of that other stuff. See, I tried to change too many things at the same time. All right. Let's generate the AI description. Got a human male, age 101, charlatan. The AI is working. I could tell because it says my CPU usage is up over 50%. Let's take a look and watch what's going on. And we can see that it's generating Thomas Crowley. Is a retired glassblower who grew up as a charlatan. The balding man is in his mid-60s, but he's 101. That's a little odd. A worn leather apron over faded clothes, with penchant for fine craftsmanship. Enjoys spending time on small woodworking projects at home. Grew up in a bustling industrial town where he learned the trade from his father, eventually becoming known for his deceptive salesmanship as a charlatan. I'm pretty all right with this. I am very okay with this. Very, very, very okay. Let's shrink it up. Hide our menu. I wish that menu would show and hide when we navigate. That's better. Let's start over. Show. Leather worker. Not retired. Generate. Human female, 63 years old, light complexion. Now let's generate the AI description. And I do want to get some working animation in here while the AI is running. And eventually, once I'm no longer locally hosting this, I think I might see about busting out the name, appearance, personality, profession, and background aspects into their own prompts, maybe, so that we might get things back a little quicker. We'll see. Because I kind of want the profession and background to feed the personality. The background should maybe inform profession a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm really, really not sure how I want those things to interact with each other. All right. Craftsman medium of life. Sometimes the hallucinations from our language model can be absolutely hysterical. Now, retired from the guild artisan role, Iris spends much of her time teaching apprentices or indulging in hobbies related to her trade. You know what, friends? I'm pretty pleased with this. I want to do a little bit more UI cleanup. In fact, I'm going to do it right now because it's super simple UI cleanup. I just want to get rid of that. Let's tighten that up. And yes, the UI isn't pretty or it's not heavily styled or anything like that yet, but it's showing the stuff I want to see. And that's the important thing. And we're able to call the LLM and get our responses back. And it's all working pretty all right. I think starting tomorrow, we're going to start talking about persistence. And that means adding a database and a resource access component and all of that stuff. So it's back to design world starting tomorrow morning. And until then, take care of yourselves, happy coding, and, have some balance. Drink some water, eat some food, spend some time with friends, and maybe play some D&D. I'll see you tomorrow.